One of the most common questions that we get from buyers is this: should we build a new home or should we buy an existing one? And the honest answer is there's no one size fits all solution. Both can be great decisions, but both can be very, very expensive mistakes. It's kind of like letting your kids help with a home project. You have good intentions, but mixed results. So let's walk through this like a real conversation, no sales pitch, just the real pros, cons of how experts actually recommend deciding. Now, let's start with building new, because that's what a lot of buyers are drawn to first. And of course, why wouldn't you? You have the customization. You're choosing the floor plan, the finishes, the layout. Often, you're going to have an open concept. You're going to have larger kitchens and modern designs. The home fits how you actually live, not how someone lived in 2003 when granite was a personality trait. You're going to have lower early maintenance. Everything's brand new: roof, AC, HVAC, appliances. Most of it comes with warranties. But for the first few years, you're usually not fixing much, which is nice because adulting is expensive enough already, right? But you have efficiency, you have safety. New construction meets current energy and safety codes, which often lower utility bills, fewer surprises. But here are the cons. HGTV politely skips all these parts. You have the cost. New homes typically cost 30 to 40% more compared to existing homes, depending on the market. But the higher price also means you need more income to qualify, which is why just one more upgrade can turn into we're eating at home for the next decade. Time and complexity. Building it takes longer. Delays happen. Decisions stack up fast. If decision fatigue were a sport, builders would be Olympic level coaches. They're amazing. But you also have location trade-offs. New builds are often further out of town with longer commutes, ongoing construction. The peaceful neighborhood? It's peaceful because half of it's not even built yet. Now, let's talk about existing homes. Existing homes are cool. They're amazing. They're wonderful. They're also problematic, right? You have a lower purchase price, and you also have some room for negotiation. Existing homes are often built tens of thousands less. Depending on the market, you may have room to negotiate. Established neighborhoods, you have mature trees, closer to schools, works, services, things like that. You usually know what you're getting, unlike the future amenities that the signs promise since 2017. But you have character. Older homes often have architectural details that you don't see anymore. Some buyers love the charm. Others love it until they meet the electrical panel. Here's the reality check. Repairs, upgrades, roofs, HVAC, windows, all those can be big ticket items sooner rather than later. Energy efficiency. Older homes are usually less efficient, which can mean to higher utility bills. If your house whistles in the winter, it's probably not being very friendly to you and your pocketbook. With older homes, you have less customization. Unless you renovate, you inherit someone else's layout, their design choices, which means, yes, at some point you'll ask, why in the world did they do it this way? I ask myself that nearly every day. But here is where clarity actually happens. Experts don't say new is better or existing is better. They say match the home to your priorities. If you want location, speed, lower upfront cost, existing homes often win. If you want lower maintenance, modern design, customization, new construction, it may actually fit better. And here's the big one. If you run full cost scenarios, not just the price, but utilities, maintenance, insurance, taxes, renovations, the most expensive home isn't the one with the highest price tag. It's the one you weren't prepared for. Building or buying, it isn't about what looks best online, but it is fun to look, right? But it is about what works for your budget, your timeline, and your lifestyle. And if you're deciding here in Central Ohio, having the right guidance can make all the difference, because the best home isn't new or old. It's the one that still feels like a good decision 6 months after moving in. I'm Josh Cooper with the More Ohio team here with RE/MAX Realty in Central Ohio. If you have any questions about the buying process here in Columbus, Ohio area, feel free to reach out.